into the chat, and so we can get some viewers and this and that, and out to the Twitter page and all that good stuff. So I'm actually I follow this guy on Twitch named Buckeye Gamer. Oh, actually? Oh, you haven't. I was like, oh, okay, that'd be funny if you did, but oh, good. So I've kind of like, I'm like one of his more consistent followers, and so I'm like talking to him about joining the league actually. So he might be coming into the tier 2 league, because he's what is he races out of Ohio. He's got like 2.5 thousand followers on Twitch. But anywho, we're live, and I completely forgot that I put the stream live for a second there. But anywho, I am Crash McQueen. I'm today joined by C. Barry, so I'm not alone. You're not just going to be hearing me as if I were some sort of a sane man in a solitary confined cell who is watching ants race around to keep himself entertained. But today I have a friend to join me in said cell, so won't you say hi to everyone there, Barry? Yeah, there was a very exciting Series 1 race, as you mentioned, that is now up on the YouTube channel, so if you could go give that a nice watch, it would be much appreciated. We do highlight clips of said races now, so which are some pretty solid stuff. If you don't like to watch the whole hour-and-a-half program, by all means skip through and watch the highlight, as the highlights have all the jam-packed information that you can love to get in an hour-and-a-half program that we provide you here. Exactly, as we are still very much of a growing product, but a product with some fans, and we really do appreciate those fans. And if you are a fan, please share with others to grow this little Midwest F1 League that we've created, and kind of let's turn this thing into an empire. Let's turn this thing into a powerhouse. We're taking over. We're not pissing around anymore. Exactly. I'm looking forward to that too. I feel like people would love to troll me. I feel like I'd be a good person to troll. Oh, you can't hear? Okay, why don't you try going in and getting your settings again. The real CB says that you can't be heard on Twitch there. That's quite unfortunate. Kind of weird how that's like that. But anyways, thanks to real CB for letting us know. But anyways, as you can see up at the top, we have my normal partner there in Static Hazard, leading the way in the Haas, and some jumping around in the middle of the pack there. Me, one of our race favorites, is down in 7th right now as we come through the Circuit of the Americas, which is also short, or long, I guess, for COTA, if you prefer abbreviations. Stat seems to be jumping around. Hash has proven himself to be a very fast driver. He collected a podium back in his Tier 1 debut at Monza. Am I right or am I wrong? Or no, sorry, he collected a podium 2 weeks ago in his debut. Mystic Joker, new face of the league, up at the top right now, throwing in some great pace. Meeb getting right tight on the back and run with Lord Zed, as you can see, just unfortunately loses it and smashes right into a wall and unfortunately retires from said session. As it stands right now, Mystic Joker is holding up a pretty decent position, and he will get pole, with Meeb coming second and Stat third. And we have some disqualifications here all the way down the pack, but I think we had about 7 there, as you're bound to see it in one shot, as these guys are really trying to push and push and push, and unfortunately they find themselves into a wall every now and then.
Yes, that was quite a qualifying. Let me know in the chat if I can be heard now. I believe I've got it worked out. So, Crash, if you
Hopefully.
see a reply there, let me know if they can hear me.
Will do. Oh, Meeb actually set that qualifying time on mediums, as I'll rip through this quick, as we got Mystic Joker starting on pole with me beside him, Static Hazard, our boy, in third by El Magico, Hash, and Yolmir beside by side, Random Serious and Error, OG Northern top 10 with Monkey Mafia, JC Blackley, Fee-Man, and Freeman, 78 Corvette, and into the DSQs we have Spaceman, K-Dog, Scavney, Asnik, ZGS, and Lord Zed with no time, as we did see that he crashed out. And yes, the real CB is saying that you can be heard now, so good news indeed.
Always some technical issues in online
Yeah, that
racing for sure.
for sure.
The cars may not be real, but the racing is, and so are the mechanics.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for the chat for pointing that out.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Pork chops, if you're in the party, can you check back on the if you got a picture of the qualifying? Or the real CB, you're in here. Can you see if you can track back into the stream a little bit and get the qualifying order? If you could, but that'd be very much appreciated here. As like we do normally here in the Tier 2 League, we unfortunately actually weren't able to run this race last week as we didn't get the servers from Codemasters. So as this has been pushed back 1 week, we are in COTAS. It's COTAS, right? Circuit of the Americas.
COTA
Yeah,
is how I
COTA.
believe I've heard it pronounced. Here we go.
Okay, as we're gaining up on our lights, we have 5 red lights here, and away we go. Mystic Joker gets a pretty good start. What the heck is on top of Stat's card? Weird, but Mystic Joker to take first. Stat drops into third, followed by we have an early yellow flag there, as I'll try and get all my settings up and going here. Early drops. Meeb unfortunately spun out and finds himself all the way down the pack. Mystic Joker trying to open up that gap between him and Magico. Magico jumping up 2 early spots from 4th to 2nd. Air from 8th to 4th. Have some jumbling down the field as Yolmir and OG Northern are kind of going back and forth. As is Scavney and Fee-Man.
It looks like the back. Mead does have some wing damage. I'm guessing he's going to come into the pits. But
oh, and Yolmir spins out and then gets T-boned by Fee-Man. Sorry. But he spun out at the worst possible area in turn 11 there and got a perfect little T-bone, unfortunately, from Fee-Man, as Yolmir's race will be over. Whoa. Fee-Man must have got a little controller lag and smashed right into the wall there. As we got a very early safety car here at COTA.
That is going to benefit Meeb in the back. He's going to go in and get a cheaper pit stop. And it's going to be fun. Meeb, I've raced with him before. He does have some speed, so he, I believe, is going to attempt to pick these guys one by one and put up a good fight, come back to the pack.
Hopefully that's kind of always what you want to see. Ooh, Mystic Joker and El Magico off for the pit early. Now, we had this problem on Wednesday night. And, oh, the real CB, you can't track back. Shoot, thanks for trying that, bud. Much appreciated.
We got K-Dog into the pit, followed by Mead.
So we're going to take a wild guess and say 10 cars into the pit here. Running all the way from Mystic Joker down to ZGS. You see Corvette jumping up the order there, but doesn't seem like he'll go all the way up past everyone who pit. The big winner of position so far is Lord Zed. After that crash that we were on board with him earlier, is now in 6th place. So to start, we didn't have a safety car after the first turn. We actually got halfway around the track and then decided, okay, that's enough. Let's bring out a safety car. And Yolmir drifts and spins, and then Fee-Man finishes the job with a nice little T-bone, which is some gorgeous stuff.
I don't think it would be MidWest F1League racing if we didn't have a safety car on that one.
Yeah, there's going to be a race here. I want to... Go ahead.
I said I'm looking forward to watching Meeb in 17th. He put some hards on. I'm guessing he's going to try to stretch those out. I have seen he does have command of his tires, and I'm guessing that's the plan, to no stop through the rest of the race here, which will be a challenge, but it's going to be fun to watch him do it.
So now I was saying earlier, when you go around the lap, when you go around the track, with everyone that did pit right away, that doesn't actually count as one lap on that tire. So we had a couple.
We did run into that on Wednesday, so that very well could be the case.
So I don't think, I'm scared that a lot of these guys don't know that ruling, because Mystic Joker, El Magico, Air, Hash, ZGS, and Meeb all throw on hards. So and with only a 14 lap race, hards isn't really the way to go. You want to go mediums and then softs, or softs and then mediums, or whatever you're going to do. But with the hards, that's just like a direct say that they're going to try and go the rest of this race without pitting, which you can't.
They're not going to get that warning until about lap 13 as well, and then by that time, it's going to be hard to pull in the pit and try to gain back any positions with the new tires.
Yeah, exactly. See, now Spaceman, he's the one who's kind of doing it properly. He did go around one entire lap on his tire compound, which is medium, and he is putting on, or which is soft, and he is putting on a fresh set of mediums, and he'll be able to ride the rest of this race on these mediums. So, like, right now, he's the only man, I can say, with the pit strap strategy to be.
That is a veteran move by a Spaceman to be aware of that rule. He must be, he does participate in the F2 Wednesday Night League, so, that recent issue that we had that affected myself as well as a number of other drivers, he learned from that and looks to have one up on several of these guys.
Exactly. I believe Random Sirius was also one of the drivers that was affected in that situation there. And he's currently, he finds himself up in third place, still on those softs.
I'm looking at Random Sirius in third. I'm also looking at your usual partner, Stat, up in first. Those are a couple guys that, as well as Lord Zed down in sixth, to be honest. He's up 14 positions already. I think one of those three are very well primed to come out of this race on top, assuming no other major incidents.
Mm-hmm. With these softs, they're just kind of hoping that they can open up that gap to Mystic Joker. But it's all gonna come down to see what they're gonna do with this pit stop. Are they aware of the ruling of needing to pit stop once more, with them doing it right after?
That is true as well. We've got Mystic Joker on the hards. He's not planning on stopping, and that just might be the end of his race a little bit early, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We shall see, though. Is that only in F2 is the question. I don't understand the rules well enough, and it was quite caught off guard.
I know you have to use two separate tire compounds in a race, and I believe that the technical ruling is that it must be one full lap. As I'm right on board with Monkey Mafia here, who is the runner of the, I guess the owner or whatever. He's the commissioner. There we go. He's commissioner of the Tier 3 race that goes on Wednesdays of these F2 cars that we are talking about here. We're about to go green. Static Hazard was warming up his tires and then lets loose down that long stretch coming up into turn 1 here. As you come up the hill, you want to get nice and wide and then try and keep a nice straight line, as Stats seem to have come up a little bit wide, and with that has Random Sirius now right on his tail within a quarter of a second. Scavney and Corvette jumping around a little bit as Corvette goes down the pack. A little bit of jumpling and bungling, as that's not really a word, down the track.
The dirty air affect these drivers on their softs, even through these S's. OG Northerner gets a little loose. Looks like he recovers okay. No, does not get overtaken by Zed behind him, although he is right on his tail.
Stat has got a really good jump and was growing that gap between him and Monkey Mafia for a little bit there.
We've got Mystic Joker up in 8th already, about ready to overtake Asinuk. Looks like he is going to get him. He's now in 7th behind Lorzed.
OG seems to have gone out and missed his braking zone on turn 12 and has hit the wall.
Looks to be out.
Let's see if I can get in angle here at 78 Corvette. Yeah, there he is
are we under
up
a
in the
full course
wall.
safety car, or we have VSC? I cannot tell here.
I think it's just a virtual right now. I don't see the
Okay.
safety car out on track. I believe they're about to go green here pretty quick, as you can see the car of OG Northerner, unfortunately, off this track. But yes, there we do. We do go green. Monkey Mafia picking up a 3-second time penalty.
And we've got Lord Zed into Freeman. Looks like he survives and get on board with Lord Zed. He is now wheel to wheel.
Freeman spun out just after turn 1 there. And is now trying to get himself back on track. We have a nice little group of cars here from 5th to 10th. And then with me right behind you, imagine he's going to close that gap. Is, like you said before, he is a very quick driver.
Mead picks up a 3-second penalty.
Which is going to make it a little bit harder here for him.
Mystic Joker is working his way up. He's past Lord Zed. He's up into 4th place. I have heard some talk. I have not raced Mystic Joker before, but I have heard some talk that he is one of the faster guys in the series.
That's always great to see. We're always happy to get the highest of quality drivers as we can.
Yes, Tier 2 does not necessarily mean that these drivers are any slower. It just seems to be that in the chronological order of when we decided to form the
leagues, really.
The league, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Because as we see, we
have pressure from his teammate Mead. Mead looks to take the inside of the air side by side on the pit straight. It looks like Mead's going to have the inside. Is he going to be able to get him? It's a wide corner here. Mead does break later. Locked up just a bit, but he does look to get him. Scavany pulls the inside.
Oh, that was a beautiful little switchback, and he does have the soft top compound with the inside line, but Mead kind of gives him a little shoulder shrug and kind of pushes him off to the side.
Among teammates though, but some clean racing.
Yeah, for sure. That was some solid racing. They battled each other, but Scavany kind of gave it up when he felt like he needed to.
Yeah, it's a nice move. He did not make it easy.
I'm on with Random Serious now. He gets a really nice lunge out from turn 11 into that long DRS straight stretch here, and gets a clean and easy pass on Monkey Mafia with that back wing open.
A battle for 12 here between He-Man, K-Dog, and DGS that they're all battling. And K-Dog looks to be right behind He-Man. Down, she's got the DRS. He does as well. She's going to tuck behind it. I don't think she's going to pull the move off here just yet, but she does is pressuring He-Man for that 12th position.
Some clean racing and good defending from He-Man holding off K-Dog. As Stat goes quickest, having a 5.5 second gap between him and Random Serious. Mystic Joker must have got a really good run on Monkey Mafia there. There was a very large gap between those two on that start straight stretch there.
Lap 7 of this race, we're starting to see some of these tires, especially the soft, lose traction a little bit. Really, it's going to be something to see how these drivers manage that.
Ooh, Fee-Man missing his braking zone for one of the corners and kind of throws off his rhythm for all the other corners, bringing K-Dog right tight on the back of him in the Renault. If K-Dog can keep it close, she should be able to get a fairly easy pass into that long stretch into turn 12 here. Coming through turn 11, just over a half a second.
Up in the 7th, we have Mead make a pass on Hash. We got ISR asking us would be the next for Mead if he can pull that off. Although ISRL is on the mediums, Mead on the hard, but it doesn't look to be putting him at any disadvantage as he's made up quite a few places so far. Random serious with a 3-second penalty.
We had a little bit of wheel-to-wheel driving there for 16th place on this grid between Lord Zed and Freeman.
Lord Zed, unfortunately, has dropped down the line. I did not see exactly what happened to him.
Well, he is on a fresh set of mediums, so he must have pitted.
He must have. Perhaps he took damage or just. We got me making a good run for that last podium position, third here. I just wonder if he's going to get caught out by that tire issue.
I imagine he will. Like, right now, you got to consider Asenik leading this race. You see Mystic Joker very far ahead of El Magico, who is in second place, but neither of them have truly used a secondary tire compound. And it's unfortunate, as we don't think they truly understand that. Getting a great view of Asenik's back wing opening up in that Williams, but so does Meeves, and Meeves gets a better run out of turn 11, gets a nice little lockup into turn 12 here, but will also get third place for his troubles.
I don't think we can count out Stat down in 8th, took a pit, he's got fresh mediums, he's obviously going to finish the race on those tires, and as these guys succumb to their penalties that we think were, actually not penalties, the black flag that we think they're going to get, he's going to be contender as well.
Air seemed to have spun out there. I believe that was in turn 14. Drop him down the line a little bit. Oh, looks like he went again in random series, just as able to avoid that. Here you can see Air pull off to the side. VMAT avoiding that as well as Monkey Mafia. Lord Zed is going to come around the tail end. Ooh, Scavney.
On the inside. They're going to be going side by side through the rest of this. This is going to be fun. Scavney had a look but thought better of it, that he can give a little to get a little bit later, it looked like.
Oh. Air DNF'd in this race, as with those piping hot tires, he must have run into some sort of wall, and his race is unfortunately over.
Do come up quick. I do know that, unfortunately.
First-hand experience. Ooh, Meep taking a good little look at El Magico here, and it's got a pretty clean and easy pass here. Now looking to close this gap on Mystic Joker, but I feel like we're coming onto a race that truly isn't happening.
So if we look at Asenik then as the potential leader of the race right now on those mediums, correct?
Yeah, if my hunch is correct, and I'm 90% sure, because that was the issue in F2, and I don't think that there's a different rule about what a complete lap is and isn't.
We're on lap 10. Asenik's got 8 laps on his mediums, going to lap 9 right now. Did he pit on the first lap, or did he go around?
I believe he went around completely.
Okay. Stat is up into 6th place, just past Scavney.
But Asenik is pit, so now Scavney takes right back on Stat here, coming through the slalom section, going from turn 3 all the way up to turn 10. So you can just imagine how
confident in those 7 laps old soft tires.
And this group is now just kind of bunched right up here. Stat taking a look at Scavney on the inside. He will get DRS, but so will this whole line here. Is the only person out of this Congo line that won't get DRS will be Hash.
Yeah, I do not think you want to be the last man in a DRS train.
Oh, as we're going 3 wide here, we get a nice look from Stat's point of view, and Scavney and El Magico touch a little bit. El Magico kind of turned that drift into a position change. Unfortunately, gets tapped again by Hash, keeping that position.
Side by
Stat taking the inside line on Scavney as they were wheel to wheel there just before turn 15 and 16. As they come around that big looping turn 17 and 18, we see Hash going wide. And now Stat and his teammate Hash collide a little bit as Hash went for the inside line. I don't think Stat saw him there. Hash now dropping back of that little pack that was there. Random Sirius has made up some serious ground and has decided to join that party as well.
Random Sirius, he is a reserve tonight, but one of the quicker Thursday night guys, and definitely, I don't think he's got a win yet, but he has been mentioned as one of the guys who's due.
For sure.
He's taken a few penalties and lost a win. I believe it was in Canada where on track he had a win, but he's up there every night.
Oh, he is one of the very more consistent drivers. I believe he's 4th this year in the total driver standing, so he is a guy that he was very much deserving of a win.
Oh, Magico really holding off Stat here, but Stat's going to get the DRS, and he's got the overtake on. He does not have a whole lot of battery left. Let's see if he can get it done before this corner. Magico moves to the inside.
This is very nice defending. He parked his car in just the perfect spot there.
He was charging down that straight, so he knew he had to put the car in place because he did not have the battery.
Where do we see his batteries at? These guys both seem to have very similar batteries going into this straight here. But like we said before, Stat is on the proper strategy, and I think I don't know if he knows that El Magico has a pit, because you can ask your race engineer over the radio or the driver ahead in this situation would be El Magico, and his engineer would respond that, oh, we think he has one more pit stop, which means that he has to pit once more. So if Stat is aware of that feature, he knows that Magico needs to pit. But I'm not sure if he knows that as well with Meeb, and El Magico loses a little bit, and Stat takes a nice little lunge back at him there, and almost clipping wheels, but keeping it very clean from both drivers there.
The way Stat's driving, he looks like he might know that he does not need to overtake him on track here, because he just looked to avoid that incident instead of zipping on by.
For sure, I think he's just gonna try and go for a safe move here. If he gets a really good run, it doesn't look like this will be it, as he's just over 6/10 out. Now
he's got the DRS, but he's holding on to his overtake.
Yeah, you're not seeing him exasperate it right now.
You got Random Sirius putting a little pressure on Scavney. He's gonna take it outside. Locks up just a bit.
Very nice being able to hold that line though, as he does end up collecting 5th place, which if we are right, like I said, I'm assuming that we are right, is 2nd place. Scavney not giving up that position. Ooh, Scavney now will totally concede that position as he got a little too heavy on the throttle coming out of turn 16 there, and unfortunately has lost control as those 9-lap old soft tires are on their last legs, and it really showed it there as it was really hard to control those.
Yeah, he's lost his wing, and that's tough to see, because he was going side by side with a lot of different guys here and doing quite well, keeping it clean until that spot, which is a tough spot. It's a tough traction zone and you can light him up there, especially when you're low on grip. He did not choose to pit. He decided just to ride it out for 2 more laps. Stout with a 3-second penalty.
As does Meeb.
Meeb as well. Okay, so we're on lap 13 now. These guys should be getting that notification that they need to pit this lap, if they indeed are going to be subject to that black flag penalty.
Yeah, and that, unfortunately, that is something that was made aware from the incident on Wednesday, so there will be no real leeway given to the drivers of the situation here. So it's either, if you don't see the top 3 pit here, as well as Hash and JC Blackley, and maybe even going down to K-Dog, Scavney, and Fema. I'm not too sure if they actually did a complete lap, but we know for sure that the top 3 here of El Magico, Mystic, Joker, and Meeb did not complete an entire lap.
K-Dog makes the overtake on Scavney. She's got a wing. He does not. He was not going to fight it, but he is going to potentially overtake her down the straight. He brakes early, knowing that he can't compete through this next sector.
Yeah, you can see on the look there, he's not losing every piece of his wing, but he is losing a good majority of it. So now it seems that Mystic Joker has been given the ability to complete this last lap. So we may end up being wrong here, and Mystic Joker may collect this win. But from what we saw on Wednesday night, it's a different situation, I guess. It may be.
See, I was unsure if we were under F2 rules, if those applied. Scavenging multiple times. Okay. If those applied to the F1 cars. That was the question I had, I guess.
See, now I imagine that I think it should, because we had Monkey Mafia go out, unfortunately, just after turn 1. Stat still has a chance for a podium here on El Magico.
He's got the overtake. He's got no battery left.
He's got much fresher tires here, so in this last section, he may be able to pick a spot where El Magico maybe loses a... See, that overtake button, but he can't get too aggressive and take poor racing lines. That's what he's somewhat doing now. Now within a half a second, and
it does look like Mystic Joker does take the win, does not be subject to the black flag penalty, so these guys are claiming we were indeed wrong.
Which we'll take the L. I'll take the L. I was the one who brought it up. Mystic Joker coming home with the win. El Magico Stat having a penalty, so even if he did overtake, it wouldn't have made a difference. Meeb in second, El Magico in third, Static Hazard, our boy, your boy, everyone's boy in fourth, Random Series in fifth, Hash in sixth, Astonic with a solid finish in seventh, Lord Zed after an early crash in eighth, JC Blackley with a top 10 finish, as does K-Dog. I believe that's her first top 10 of the year, unless some things are to change. I shouldn't speak too soon. She actually moved up into ninth. Lovely stuff from K-Dog. ZGS into 11th, Fee-Man 12th, actually Fee-Man to 13th, Scavney to 12th, I lied. Monkey Mafia, I don't think there will be a position change there as he is 12 seconds back, unless Fee-Man has some massive amount of penalties. Actually had 6 seconds of penalties, but not enough to drop him back a position. Spaceman, 7.5 seconds, not too sure if no difference from penalties there. Freeman coming home in 16th. And Corvette just finishing 1 lap behind, and there we go. We have Freeman coming home in 16th, finishing off what is our feature race.
That one was an exciting one. Had a lot of battles, and I expect the sprint race here when we reverse these top 8. It's going to be a good one. Lord Zed will be on pole, if my understanding of the rules, which is obviously mediocre, does apply into the sprint race here. I don't think any surprises with the way the podium turned out, though. Me making a good run back through the pack, though, however.
Yeah, very solid finish from him. He kind of owned the first week. He owned Austria, coming home with 2 podiums.
Looking through the lineup, so it will be Lord Zed on pole, followed by Asnick, Hash, Random Series, Static Hazard, El Magico, Mead, and Mystic Joker. K-Dog unfortunately misses out on the sprint race pole position by 1 place.
Okay, guys, don't tell Porkchop, but my controller died there.
I tell you, the issues are not only to the real F1 cars. We have all sorts of issues here in Midwest Formula 1.
Yeah. Oh, goodness, that's funny. But I gotta say, a very exciting race to see there. And, you know, Stat and I, we actually like to screw around sometimes before our races and go into the short circuits. And we'll just kind of race each other in those short circuits. We did the Japan when everyone was in Japan that one day, and I think the week after we just did USA for fun. When we initially went to Japan, Stat smoked me, because I didn't have my racing setup up. And as soon as I started, I smacked the wall. Then he was having a gay old time, we can say, to try and lap me, which I didn't very much appreciate, but I was able to hold off that lap. And then, but when we came back to USA, I crushed him off the line, and I was crushing him in the race. But then, with 1 lap to go, bang, out of nowhere, I get lagged out of the lobby. I think that the crazy little Aussie had something to do with it.
You and Cam, who is not here tonight, must be on the same ISP.
Yeah, right? But yeah, it's funny how the connection between Stat and I was able to hold up when I was losing, but as soon as that I started winning and I was going to take home a solid victory, because he wasn't touching me there, I'm going to be honest. But as soon as
there must be a wire running across the Pacific.
Yeah,
he was wiggling that connection just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly that. He knew exactly which way to twist it to kick me out of the party. And he goes, "Oh, look at that! I seem to have won the race. Sucks to suck, Crash." Like,
why don't you tell us how you came up with the Crash McQueen
name?
A little background on that.
Okay. So it was when PSN came up with that name change. So my original name was Swag Free 96, which is a combination of my last name and the word swag. As when I was 14 years old and playing baseball, that's all the craze was swag.
Yeah, you got to have the swag.
Exactly. So I felt that I had the swag enough to combine it with my last name to make Swag Free. And then realizing as I'm older, Crash, you have 0 swag. So I felt that it didn't line up. And so I felt I needed to come up with something that more aligned with who I am, and playing Formula and crashing out a lot. I felt like that worked out very well, and then being a huge fan of Lightning McQueen, I needed to throw that in there as well, and it being some sort of oxymoron as well, with it being Crash McQueen,
yes.
As Steve McQueen and Lightning McQueen are famous for their racing abilities, and I'm famous for my ability to crash out.
Yeah, no, that I get it. Almost like a large, mean biker with the nickname Tiny. Kind of go with a little bit of irony there.
Yeah, there you go.
Unfortunately, I do not have a great story as of mine. Seaberry55 is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it seems to be. Not much of a backstory on that one. I just typed into chat there. Puffy Piglet says that his first one was Play by 69.
A lot of 69s in the first usernames, I'm guessing.
So then I tried to one up him and say my first actual one was Big Fat Fatty 12. So
I do not want to go into one of my first PSN names. I believe it was I don't even know if I should say it on the stream. Maybe plug your ears for a second. Sir Squirts a Nut. That was
oh my
not
goodness gracious. Element, if you're watching this and you're gonna do a highlight, we need to chop that out. I don't think that'll make it to YouTube.
Cut that.
Yeah.
Kenny, close your ears.
All right. Oh god, I'm just kidding. 360 no scope 420.
We got a Call of Duty player here.
Yeah, mine. I also like to go by the. No, I can't say it. I can't say it. I want to say it, but I can't say it.
Are we after dark yet?
Dude, if we were after dark, it would be hitting the fan right now.
Good. We'll keep it. We'll get back.
Element, you can type it in, but I'm not typing it in.
You'll get flagged up there in Canada if you're typing it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But with that intermission of stupid names that everyone had at one point for their PSN, we are now back at the scraps race. And we are going to get this scraps race going. And while this scrap race is going, I want to see DX Cats in the chat. And Seems Good and all those prototypical Twitch chat emotes, as I'll be the first one to fill this thing up. Even give me the rack attack of the Raken. Love to see that too. I'll throw those in. Elman, I know you got some cool. Give me all the freaking. Show me some of the Twitch subscriber. There we go. We got some Summit 1Gs. XQC dabs. Thank you. I'll throw you in. I'll try and raise you with the where I've got Mr. Sark. No, I don't. I'm not on my proper account. Never mind.
Is the chat usually this lively? It's hard for me to tell when I'm racing, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We got some participation in the chat, which is nice to see.
Yeah, yesterday we had a little bit of a fire. We had a pretty solid actually viewing yesterday. It was really nice to see. We had some good conversations going on. I think we matched or got near our top of 22 or 23 live viewers, which is great to see. We got a little bit more followers on it. You'd love to see it. So we're gonna get into this scraps race here.
Here we go, Lord Zed on pole.
Yeah, take it away. Give it a go. See what you can do.
We got 5 lights. They are out. Oh, little spin on the Red Bull in front. Zed has a nice run, but the Red Bull does get a good start. Ooh, they're cutting the corner. Who was that? Is that Air? Off the start into the S's. The dirty air is going to be an issue here, and these guys are all bunched up, so I expect some excitement. It looks pretty clean. Oh, we do have a yellow flag in.
Oh no, Meeb. Meeb as well as Feeman has gone off. As has Static Hazard. Our boy, your boy, everyone's boy Stat finds himself off this track. OG Northerner currently holding down first place. Yolmir unfortunately loses it again on turn 11 there, and once again offers himself up for a free T-bone. Yeah, he's got some hot tires here, and he's doing the responsible thing and let everyone go before he continues on his jolly ways. He's got to wait for one more of Meeb, and he may continue.
He looks to be having some issues there.
Oh, Yolmir has lost connection, we can say, to the server. His bot is going to see what he can do here.
Yeah, I believe that's just a guy with a wing taking safety through that tight corner
there. Air making up some real ground on OG Northerner here. He's got a great jump and does have the pace over OG, as we'll jump right on the back as him. OG, going a little bit wide there. Air took the inside line and will hold first place. Run with Hash as Hash shoots the inside on Freeman, unable to make it stick. Followed by JC, Scavney, pretty close, not close enough to take a look, as is Mystic Joker.
No, I think these drivers are going to take a little bit different approach to this sprint race, being only 5 laps. We've got no pits to worry about, and we're just going to see them send it through as not a whole lot of time to play the strategy game.
Oh, for sure. Just give her hell, in my opinion. OG Northerner and Air seem to have separated themselves from the pack here. ZGS is kind of fighting as we got...
and ZGS gets by Mystic Joker.
Ooh. ZGS gives a little bit of a love tap to Mystic Joker there. Mystic Joker does have the pace, as ZGS has no more battery power.
We've got Hash made a move on Monkey Mafia up into the 3rd place podium position. I'm on board with Monkey here.
Oh,
we've got a yellow. We've got a McLaren.
Yeah, B. Scavney has gone out in just at the beginning of Sector 3 there. Turn, I believe that's turn 15 and 16 he went off.
Air gets a 2-second penalty from the lead. This is going to be a tight one. He is in first, but OG Northern is right on his tail, and I have to look at the race director here to see if OG Northern is probably coming down.
I don't think he has picked one up yet. El Magico going at Monkey Mafia and will get 4th position here. Now within a 2-second gap, El Magico of Hash, who seemed to have lost Spaceman off the track. Let's just take a peek at him. As unfortunately, he seems to have lost it there.
We see OG Northern dropping back a little bit, but I'm not sure if he's aware he's got that Air has a 2-second penalty, so it'll be interesting to see if the 2 laps left, if he's going to be able to be within that 2-second gap.
Air does have a lot more battery power saved up here. Hash is closing the gap, so OG must not have had a good slalom section.
We've got a yellow that appears to be Spaceman.
Ooh, Freeman going to the inside of JC Blackley. K-Dog taking a peek. Oh, JC Blackley swinging back at Freeman and getting a little bit of a piece of him, but does not go up.
Cars here.
We got some great mid battling here. As you see up at the top there, Air does open up that gap to 2 seconds. That penalty is virtually wiped off. Random Series.
OG Northern picked up a penalty too while we were watching these guys battle it out.
Oh, okay. And OG Northern will find himself now down into 3rd place. I can see every little battle here from the back Grace's screen.
We've got K-Dog. Astronut does make the move on JC Blakely. He does go by K-Dog as well. K-Dog comes back hard though with the inside line.
Random Series overtakes JC. JC unfortunately going off and not getting a good slalom section and losing out to ZGS as well. He's going to have Meeb to deal with as Meeb is closing in. K-Dog finding herself all the way up into 8th and gives a lovely little pass onto Freeman. Freeman goes off, but now K-Dog is going to be the head of this conga line with the only one not getting DRS, so she's going to have to get a really good jump out here. She could have honestly gotten that bet.
She does not have a whole lot of energy left.
No, she's going to get easily overtaken by her teammate, but goes to defend the middle of the track, but didn't see their teammate was there. Just a little bit of touch, nothing too serious. As speaking of serious, we're on with Random Serious. She goes on the inside, not being able to take 7th place nor 8th place as K-Dog makes a lovely defensive move to take back 8th place.
Got Spaceman having some troubles, about to be under the blue flag here. Hopefully these guys can see. But look at going into this last lap, we've got Error with that 2-second penalty, Hash in 2nd place within 1 second. So let's see what happens here on this last lap on board with Hash where I'm at.
I am as well. He's really closing up that gap, and he's going to make Air fairly nervous here. As Air, I'm not sure. Can you run through the race director and see if Hash has got a penalty here? Because if he does not, then 1st place is virtually his as long as he doesn't get himself a penalty.
Hash does have 1 2-second penalty.
Okay, so it is all square then between Hash and Air. So Air is managing that battery fairly well. Hash won't have too much battery here going down the straight. Air has the slight advantage on that. As you can see, Hash trying to get into the slipstream, as that is helping him gaining in that.
He gets the outside. Is he going to get it done?
Looks.
So these two are battling for position because that is going to be the decider here.
This is the. Yeah, this is 1st place up for grabs here. OG Northerner, unfortunately, I don't think will be able to hold 3rd place as he does have the penalty, and with El Magico breathing right down his neck, that penalty is going to bring him right back down. Air seems to have this one wrapped up, barring any late drama. El Magico might be able to take a lunge at OG Northerner. Goes for a little bit of an inside move, not able to make it stick, but I think he will just take 3rd place from OG Northerner's time penalty.
Hash does get P1. Perhaps I was mistaken and missed another penalty by Error, or was I wrong on the penalty with Hash there?
So Hash collects a race win. Meeb working the order back up to 8th. Ooh, unfortunately, K-Dog must have spun out somewhere, and we never caught that, as she's found herself all the way down the pack into 15th. I believe we saw her up in as much as 7th earlier.
Yes, I did not catch that. K-Dog, unfortunately, was in a good position there, but must have had some issues. Same thing with Lord Zed as well. He dropped to 14th. I know he does have some speed to him, but I believe he got caught up in one of the early incidents. Now, if my memory fails me, we've got a all-new podium, which is nice to see.
I always seem to have a trouble with that. I need to take a picture of the results. I'm always reaching back for what happened in the race, to be honest.
And
Yes.
as you can see, some of these guys, random serious. Who else was from Thursday night is racing? I'm looking through.
Monkey
Jason
Mafia
Blakely
used to race
Monkey.
Thursday
Okay.
nights. Lord Zed has given us one race on Thursday and actually came in podium when it was that void race in Brazil.
But to finish my thought, what I think, looking at the results, you do see that the Thursday night guys do not necessarily take the lead on any of the Friday night guys. So
Yeah, they're not.
maybe in the future we can work out some sort of dual championship there.
Yeah, there is talks about the way of getting some of these higher quality Thursday drivers into the Friday and what to do there. So once we do settle all that out, we will release it to everyone. And that with our finish there is, unfortunately, I'm on board with Stat here, and he did not have a very good scraps races. He did move up one position, but finishing podium in the first race, I imagine he'd hope to finish a lot higher than 16th in the second race.
It was a good one. I'm glad to see some different drivers on the podium, and I had a lot of fun here in the booth tonight.
Yeah, no, it was great to have you. Thank you very much for coming. It was nice, like I said, not to be the insane guy in the solitary confinement, just talking to a brick wall. But so it's
Your
nice.
neighbors are wondering what you were doing in the evenings, for sure.
Yeah, right. They're all confused. No girlfriend around. I'm just home alone, just speaking with hopefully people listening. But you never know. But with that,
Well, to 9 live viewers.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in here tonight once again. We'll rip through our finishing order here. As Hash, I believe, picks up his first win of the year in the scraps race. Air gets a podium, as is El Magico getting up on the podium again. OG Norther just finishing outside, as he seems to be the king of scrap races. Mystic Joker, 5th. Monkey Mafia, 6th. Random Series, 7th. Me with an 8th finish from 19th. Ask Nick going from 14th to 9th. ZGS staying from 10th to 10th. Scavney moving down a couple, Freeman moving down quite a bit, JC Black moving down a little bit, as is Lord Zed, as is K-Dog, Stat moving up 1 position, and Corvette falling 13 positions to 17th place. Yolmir unfortunately getting spun out at turn 11 once again in back-to-back races here, so he goes 18th, Spatesman 19th, and Feeman in 20th. I remembered it.
Well, yeah,
Puffy...
this was a good race with those S's, and it looks like next week will be another similar scenario in Mexico. We'll see if these drivers learn anything from this one here in the USA as we head south.
Yeah, Puffy Piglet, I'm going to give that comment straight to C. Barry, is that I know I'm not a good commentator, so I'm not going to accept that. So Puffy Piglet is saying, good job commentating for you, C. Barry. Yeah, you did. You stepped in and did a very good job today.
Well, thank you. Hopefully I will be allowed in the booth once again. Next week, unfortunately, I will not be around, and I will be missing the Thursday night race. But
whoa! I never asked you.
I'm
just kidding. I'm kidding. I was just...
I'll keep my DMs open, however, though, for Silverstone, maybe.
Hey, there you go. Sounds good. Yeah, no, it was great having you. Yeah, I was looking at our schedule. Next week, we're going to stay in North America, actually, and go to Mexico for this Tier 2 league. The soonest you'll see us will be Wednesday, as the Series 3 will be in Silverstone. Great little track there with the F2 cars. Come out and see your favorite drivers ranging from this Tier 2 and Tier 1 league, as a lot of your favorites do show up in those F2 races. So if you like the names of Random Serious, then he will be there, and many, many others. So please show up on that Wednesday. Please check out the YouTube channel. Check out our main feature races on the Thursday night, as we are in Singapore October 8th at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 11:30 in I think Victoria is the province that Stat's from. So in the province of Victoria in Australia, it's 11:30 a.m. the next day and Friday. I think it's 2:30 a.m. in England, as our new caster for the Wednesday nights. Cammy, I believe his name is from England, so he was telling me that it was 2:30 for him there. So yeah, I think I got all the time zones covered there. So if you had anything else to say, Barry, let me know, bud. Have at her.
No, I enjoyed the race. I'm glad to be in the booth, and hopefully I did not reduce the number of viewers or watchers that we have. And if you are watching and you need to put it on mute, I won't be offended.
There you go. Yeah, you can just tune in. That's what I always say. Just if you don't like listen to me or Stat, just mute us and watch the race, as the entertainment speaks for itself. And I feel like my production camera movement is good enough to follow the action. So, yeah, you don't like
hearing. You are
hearing.
a maestro on the paddles.
I try to be. It's a fun ride. But anyways, I'll bring this home. I'll plug our Twitter channel one more time. Please follow us on Twitter there. It's MidWest F1League, or you can just search at F1_mid. Just simply enough, at F1_mid. You think I wouldn't need to specify that it's at F1_mid and not at mid_F1, but unfortunately a couple of these guys in this league, exactly, we're getting that Twitter handle wrong. So make sure if it doesn't work one way, try it the other way. And you know the league logo, it's on our Twitter page, our YouTube page, and our Twitch page. You'll see it, and shoot us a follow, and you can get all of your schedules, results, and standings through that page. So as I mentioned earlier, you'll see this is Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern in Silverstone for the F2 League. I'll post the schedule through the Twitter page, and I'll post all these past videos onto our YouTube channel. So please go check us out there and give us a follow and a like. It'd be much appreciated, and we will hopefully see you on Wednesday.